Hello, Warren, Charlie. I'm Luis Cobo from Panama. I'm a proud Berkshire Hathaway shareholder since 10 years ago. And I've been looking at See's candies, and I'm a pretty good fan of them. And I see Charlie's as well through our meeting. And even with all our consumption, and the company has given us generous profits over the past decades, what do you think the company has not grown to the scale of Mars or Hershey's? And what do you think we could do to make this company grow and become a bigger part of our company, being such an amazing product?
Well, we've probably had a dozen or so ideas over the years, and we used to really focus on it because it was a much more sizable part of our business. In fact, it was practically our only business aside from insurance. And like I say, we've had 10 or 12 ideas. Some of them we've tried more than once, and as we've had a new manager, they've tried them, and the truth is none of them really work. And the business is extraordinarily good in a very small niche. Boxed chocolates are something that everybody likes to receive, or maybe give as a gift, both sides of it. And relatively few of the people go out and buy to consume themselves. If I leave a box of chocolates open at the office, we've only got 25 people, but it's gone, almost immediately. If I take it as a gift to somebody, they're happy to get it. And if you leave the box open at a dinner party, again, they're all gone. But those same people that so readily grab it when it's right there in front of them do not walk out to a candy store very often and buy it just to eat themselves. They're not going to buy. It's very much a gift product. It does not grow worldwide. Very interesting thing. People at least the last time I checked, people in the West prefer milk chocolate. People in the East prefer dark chocolate. People in the West like big chunky pieces. People in the East will take miniatures. And we've tried to move it geographically many times because it would be so wonderful. When it works wonderfully. But it doesn't travel that well. If we open a store in the East, we get enormous traffic for a while, and everybody says, we've been waiting for you to come, and then we end up with a store that does X pounds per year when we need 1.5 X in the same square footage to make terrific returns. And we've tried everything because the math is so good when it works. And overall, we have a business that doesn't grow. Chocolate consumption generally doesn't grow that much, but obviously. Yeah, go ahead, Charlie.
Yeah, well, we fail in turning our little candy company into Mars or Hershey's for the same reason that you failed to get the Nobel Prize in Physics and achieve immortality. It's too tough for us.
But we put $25 million into it, and it's given us over $2 billion of pre-tax income, well over $2 billion, and we've used it to buy other businesses. And if we were the typical company and had bought that business and tried desperately to use all the retained earnings within the candy business, I think we'd have fallen on our face. I think it just illustrates that all these formulas you learn, or that having a strategic plan to use all the capital. Some businesses work in a fairly limited area. Others really play out over this. Dr. Pepper, has I don't know what the percentage is now, but it might be a 10 or 12% market share or something like that in Dallas, or maybe it's 8. And then you go to Detroit or Boston, and it's less than 1%. I'm not sure about the numbers currently, but you'd think in a mobile society, with Dr. Pepper having been around since the time Coke was founded in 1886, it's amazing how certain things travel, certain things don't travel. The candy bars you mentioned, Hershey. I mean, Cadbury doesn't do that well here, and Hershey doesn't necessarily do that well in the UK. And here we are, we all look alike, but somehow we eat different candy bars. It's very interesting to observe, and the idea that you have some formula for businesses that provide that each one should pursue the course they're on because they made it in X, they should try to find other ways to make it an X. We're quite willing to find it in A, B, C, D, E, or F, which is like the money is fungible. And I think actually it's worked very much to our advantage to have that philosophy. So, anything further, Charlie?
I once told a very great man at dinner after he'd written a very great book, I said, you know, you're never going to write another great book like that. And he was deeply offended. And I've read his 4 subsequent books, and I'm totally right. To write one great book is a lot to do in one lifetime. And the people aren't holding back on you when they don't do more. It's hard.
But you ought to make the most of the first one you got.
Yes.
Yeah, you're lucky.
Yes.
We were very fortunate. I would have blown the chance to buy See's Candy, but Charlie said, "Don't be so cheap," basically, and we still got it at a pretty good price. And
It's amazing how much we learned over the years.
Yeah,
and if we hadn't, the record would be so much worse.
Yeah.
At any given time, what we already knew was not going to be enough to take us to the next step. That's what makes it difficult. Think of all the people you know that have tried to take one extra step and have fallen off a cliff.
Well, on that happy note, we will conclude the meeting. And